Hey, what's up, everyone? Good afternoon. Queen is here. JR, Sniper, Richard is healthy. WC. Good afternoon, everyone. Queen, we had at least one person who mentioned that they were waiting for you to to join so you could call out what the potential setups were. I tried to fill in for you and do the best I could. So hopefully that was satisfactory for everyone. But you were definitely missed. All right, let's see. Where are we? Lunch hour basically gave us 70s. Okay, so about a 50-point move, it looks like. Yeah, I think this was the breaker we were looking at prior to lunch. 11:49, it tapped right into it, started breaking down. 570 from 635. All right. That wasn't too bad. That was a 65-point move there. Hey, Molly. Good afternoon. 5-minute bullish break on the 5-minute. Okay, I'll check that out. Long from 575. Ooh, nice one, TJ. All right, let's. I hadn't even looked at the 5-minute because we were already in the breaker. I'm sorry, already in the macro when the session started. But let me just take a look there. Absolutely, yeah, we do have a breaker. Nice too. These are the pretty ones. These are the ones I like. Where you get just a couple candles, retracement. Yeah, it doesn't get much cleaner than this. Get a breakout with this. And we do have the bearish fair value gap that you mentioned just above us. So that is worth paying attention to. Oh, sorry, this should be green. Your 9-year old, she did it again. Uh, is she good at just picking it out, or is she good at? She just likes longs. See? Yeah, I got in late. I'm in at 6:10. We'll see how that works out. See if we get a run on this high. That's fun. Well, that would make sense. Yes. So if you're saying that your 5 and 15 are bullish and your 1 minute is bearish, when your 1 minute flips back bullish, yeah, that would make sense. You might as well go with it then. I mean, really, any of those time frames will work. Just wherever you find a bullish breaker. If you find a bullish breaker on the 5 minute, then you take it there. No. Milad, give me your which candles are you looking at? Let's look at a real example here. Yeah. Yeah, Darren, you have to get in at the beginning. So you need to find entry points that are at like breakers here. You need to find it where price is going the opposite direction. You get a reversal. You can get a trade back inside the zone, and then you're trading out of it. Once price starts to take off, you can look for this same setup on a smaller time frame, and maybe that'll give you an entry somewhere else. But yeah, I wouldn't just jump in a trade that's already going. You know better than me. Using the trailing drawdown. I'm assuming you're what, Apex? Yeah. Let's see. Nothing's coming out. From my end, it looks like my mic is working, but I'm not sure. No, I've never seen break even button. Yep. Yeah, Darren, I know some people, well, what a lot of people do is they use the prop firms to earn money. And once they have the money, then they go and start their own. All right. For anyone coming in, I'm sorry for anyone who took the long out of the breaker. All right, your 1-to-1 is getting ready to deliver. Oops. 33.5. Honestly, you didn't, because of the fair value gap, you probably could have had a shorter stop. Could have just put it at the base there. I'll put it back down to here. Just to, That 640 on NQ incoming could be a short here for a scalp potentially 640. Yep. Oh, I think this is the lunch low from yesterday at 564. Sure is. Look at that. Breaker from yesterday. Tap right into the fair value gap. Good point. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Okay, looks like it tapped just at the edge right there for the 33.75. And that's for anyone who took the entry at the top of the breaker, put their stop at the low of the candle that created the fair value gap, which is the 1250 candle, and went for a 1-to-1 that has just delivered to the tick. Probably one extra tick, maybe. Yep, one tick over. Yep. Yeah, the only thing is we didn't quite hit I thought we might have hit the fair value gap below, and we didn't get that far. We got close to it. But clearly yesterday's breaker and fair value gap are still relevant. Nope, I can't. What's this? Meta cease? No, I can't tell you tomorrow's bias on NAS 100. Uh, I, I can't give you tomorrow's bias. I would never be able to give you tomorrow's bias until today trades are completed. Oh, you took it? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Cool. Oh, you trade minis now? Okay. All right. All right, Queen. Good job. And way to step to the sidelines and protect what you've earned. Yeah, TJ, tell her she's earned it. Oh, yeah, same thing. You're right. Yep. Absolutely. We've hit consequent encroachment here in the bearish breaker, or I'm sorry, in the bearish fair value gap here. So yes, it would be beneficial to start looking for a short at some point here. But for that to happen, price would need to turn around, creating a bearish breaker. But since we're watching the 5 minute, it will likely occur on a lower time frame. Because on this time frame, it won't be confirmed until down here. So you're looking for it up in this area. It's not going to be on the 5 minute. See if we get a higher push before pushing lower. Great. It's also 1:30. We can map out our highs and lows. Let's see if this lunch high gets taken immediately. There it is. Lunch high taken. $93.5. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, you're on ES laughter. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're already up 12, 13 points now. ES is now at a consequent encroachment of a bearish fair value gap. NQ is at the upper range. Looks like it wants to take it. And there's nothing holding the Dow back. There is not a fair value gap to speak of on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, not for another 100 points. And the dollar's still trapped inside of a bearish fair value gap, the same one from this morning. It's right around equilibrium now. All right, so we got equal highs over here. The last time price was here is where it fell off. It traded up outside of the fair value gap, but immediately had an impulse down. In fact, I think this was a trade that we were in. Vivian, Molly. Okay, Molly's here. I know I saw Robin and Vivian in the morning session, but not sure if they're here this afternoon. Oh no. A lot of people took the long, I'm assuming, but people split it up. Charlotte, some people took it on ES and others took it on NQ. I know Queen took it, TJ took it, I took it. Sure, Ray was probably in as well. Yeah, I noticed that too, Queen. And so we might actually get a retracement here, but continue to the upside. Now that we've cleared these equal highs, and I was looking at the upside to see where terminus would be, and it doesn't necessarily have to get all the way up to the New York high, but we could see something in the fair value gap here, up to around 760. Maybe even a revisit to the breaker that sent price reeling. Oh, there's Robin. Yeah, we need if we're gonna have a breaker in the middle of a range somewhere, it needs to sweep a low. And so far, all the lows are holding. $75 points delivered from the entry on the breaker here at 610. 610 the entry. Already clear 80 points. I think we're getting back to the new day opening gap. If I'm not mistaken. Okay, we just traded above it. So we just made a slightly positive daily candle. In 15 minutes, we'll see if this bearish fair value gap that we just traded above is still valid. And so we'll see before the hour closes if price is still above. We are. All right. Dollar is starting to retrace a little bit this hour, just not wanting to be as bearish as it was. We'll see how that closes out. Still, we have 15 minutes remaining. But then the three indices are all Have strong bullish candles. What is on the 1 minute here? There you go, laughter. Absolutely. You miss one, catch the next one. It's coming. Hey, Vivian. Everybody, I think. All right, 15 seconds before the macro starts. Mhm. Okay, don't worry, Splash. There's always another one. There's fair value gap. You want to see that fail? Good deal, Queen. Very mature of you. Got to stay disciplined. Good point. You can sneak in a few demos. Yeah, me too, Queen. I see it that these unicorns they print, they work out most of the time too. I mean, you're talking easily 70, 80% strike rate. But you do have to be disciplined on your stop loss. And that's my Achilles heel. Discipline on the stop loss. But I will say what changed it for me, what changed my trading was you and Ray having me focus on the 1 hour fair value gaps. Prior to that, I was just looking for the pattern and not really framing it off of anything. Let's keep an eye on this fair value gap that we have below us. I remember we have about 2 minutes left before the hour is over. Let's make sure there aren't any impulses back into the gap here. All right, that's a good start. Oh, look at that. No down wick, just straight up. Okay, good job, Splash. I'm sure that's going to lead to a lot of success. Yeah, Triple C, did you ever watch the playlist for Ash Trades I asked you to watch yesterday? I think it was yesterday or last couple days. Did you ever watch that? Or are you saying should you want me to make the videos? Mhm. Yep. Okay, I'll look into putting something together, but yeah, it's definitely gonna take some time. I gotta figure out how to do that and put into my schedule, and also, you know, write up the script and all that stuff. So yeah, give me a few weeks and see if I can't get that together. But in the meantime, you definitely need to check out Ash Trades. He has a playlist which is 7 or 8 videos, each of them around 10 minutes or so, so not a lot. And it's straight to the point and gives several examples. All right, I see we're in a new hour and we did not trade back into that fair value gap, so it is now gone. We do have one above us, I believe. At 750, we do. 750. Still in the macros, so I'm still sitting here on the 1 minute. See if this turns into anything. Maybe not. Here, I would be looking for this to be broken, for there to be a sale. And a closure below 671. Mm. Quick 250 off of that. I didn't realize it was going to do that in one candle. Yeah. Yeah. Aaron, since seems like maybe you haven't seen this before, you know what? Let me just I'll grab the playlist from Ash Trade, so you guys can just click on the link. It'll take you directly to the playlist. All right, here's the playlist. I just went back and looked at it. There are 8 videos, guys. There's 8 videos for a total of 47 minutes. Oh, glad I closed my trade. Yeah, there's not a 5 minute breaker. We're still sitting here on the 1 minute. Yep. All right. Now that we're getting close to the end. All right. So now that our macro is ended, I'm going to go back to the 5 minute. We'll reset everything. So if we're looking for bearish breakers, 4 minute. Nope. 3 minute. No. 2 minute. Nope. Yeah, it only formed on the 1. Which is 1 minute's not the strongest in the world, but it does deliver. 71. So delivered 18 points. I was out after 12. All right, this area we're in right now is also the new day opening gap. Let me put that back on the screen. Mass Petrochem. Good afternoon. What's going on? All right, there it is. 1 minute breaker. I like to at least get 30 points. Let's see if it delivered 30. All right, there it is. There's 30 points right there. And that's from the very edge. That's not from the fair value gap. If you took the fair value gap entry, you're doing much better than that. All right, so it gave 38 and a half. 1 to 2 based on the risk. Khaled, good job. Way to go, man. Good job. All right, Splash. Way to go. And, all right, let's get rid of some of the lipstick. It's too many colors here. All right, I'm going to drop the new week opening gap since it's so large. If we didn't have the breakers there, I would leave it, but just a lot of colors going on now. I want to make sure we can still see. I'm going to go back up to 5 minute as well, since we no longer need to focus on how the breaker was created. Yeah, I've taken 2 shorts and 1 long, which is generally against what I normally do. I usually choose a direction, and that's my bias, and those are the trades I like to take. But today I have been a bit more flexible and took the one that gave something to me. Uh, Queen, are you talking about the breaker on the 1 minute? Let's see what the dollar is doing. Okay, dollar's buying. Dollar's pushing higher. Already cleared the high from 1 o'clock. Yep. Yeah, Queen. That's why I took I only had 1 contract, and so I closed it at I was at a little bit over 250, so 12 and a half points. And then it retraced back up, and then it delivered 40, but I wasn't in on that second run. But you're right, it wasn't terribly clean. Let me go back to it. It wasn't terribly clean. But it did have, I liked for a retracement candle to extend beyond the candle that preceded it. So if it was a shorter candle that just kind of gave a little retracement, but it didn't go below this candle, then I wouldn't have used it. That's why I didn't use this one, because it's within the range of this candle. So this wasn't a pullback for me. This is not a pullback for me. This one is, but we never got a trade above it to then come back down. So I had to go for this one, which had a trade above it and then come back down. But yeah, if I don't get a extension or something below the previous candle, then I don't count it as a pullback. Like this one, the first candle didn't qualify, but the two candles together qualified as a valid pullback for me. But you're right, it wasn't the cleanest of setups, and I'm not sure I would consider that an A plus. Yep, it's yeah. I will say one of the if you're having trouble holding your trade, work on the entries. If you can get a better entry, you'll be in. You'll have less threat of drawdown, which will allow you to hold. Oh, sorry. Let me go back to the 5 minute, and I'll get rid of these breakers here. Yes. So when price trades back into a breaker, that's when you want to take your trade. But after price is traded into the breaker and it delivered the TP, then it's up to you whether you want to take it on a future entry and see if it delivers a second or third time. But Queen, how are you doing this week on leaving your stop loss where it is? On the 1 minute. Mm-hmm. What's the time marker on that candle? The one I'm looking at is 209, 1409. Is that the candle you're talking about? Or are you talking about a different? Oh, and maybe you're talking about the 1351. Triple C, which candle is that? Mm. Yeah, I too have been taking more limit orders. Limit orders give you better entry points. Oh, you're looking at ES. Okay, got it. Uh, all right, Triple C. I'll switch over to ES. What's the Give me the candle that you're looking at. What time was it? Oh, 209, 14, 1309. You sure it's not 1409? Yep. Okay, 1409. Got it. Yep. Yeah. And that candle generally represents weakness. So if you see that inside of a breaker, then you can be a little more confident that price is going lower. Anybody take the silver bullet today? Any silver bullet traders? Just noticed that the high we made was right at the 62%. Oh, okay. of the New York range. All right. Jesus. Had it right. Right there. Yep. From body to wick. That's 62%. Perfectly. Started trading down. Nope, JR said did not take the, all right. All right, I only asked about the silver bullet because it seems like the silver bullet was also the breaker set up. So the breaker trade that I took also after it, where is it? Yeah. So the breaker was here. Okay. So when price traded down, it created a bearish fair value gap here, which we then call the unicorn. However, trading back into it, and you look at the time, it's 209. That also is silver bullet. That also is a silver bullet there. And you're looking for 20 points out of the edge here at 672. So 652 would have been your exit. Would have been on this candle. 2, 3, 4, 6. So it would have been 6 minutes. So it would have been a 6-minute trade. And you would have covered 20 or 30 or whatever it is you were looking for. All right, we'll get back down, get her back over to the 5-minute. All right, looks like we're getting really close to the breaker that we took a look at right outside of lunch. Yeah, you're right, Queen. That would mean that we are, the range is collapsing on itself. Sure. Hello, Rich. What's going on? Triple C. You say you made so much money on that one. Are you talking about the one that we took just recently? The this the bearish breaker that was created back around 2 o'clock. Yep. Okay. Sweet. Good job. Glad you were able to recover. I know. I think you had a couple trades that didn't work out for you earlier in the week. So good to hear that you're back on track. Yeah. No problem. Just keep checking in. We'll all get better together. Okay, all right. Is really an optimal trade entry? Me neither. I try. Good news is there's only about, I guess, about 15 of you who are regularly speaking in the chat here. So there's only a handful of people I need to remember. But yeah, that's, I guess, it's a testament to how much time we're spending together. Right. Right. So we got a consequent encroachment of this area. These two are retracement candles. Let's see if price breaks through this area or if this is enough to send it back down. We do have the macro coming up in 4 minutes. Okay, low. Yeah, I didn't realize, but it's fine. At least say good morning, afternoon, or say hello to the team just so we know you're around. I'm with you with that, Queen. Absolutely. Yep. Triple C, we'll get there. We're on our way, actually. JR, let's go in. All right. So we got about 90 seconds before the macro starts. Let me look. Yeah, you're right. The dollar is rejecting. Definitely is rejecting. And we may get the same from the indices. So let's be prepared for that just in case it happens. So we'll look for some sort of a bullish breaker or something, even though we have a bullish breaker from just after lunch sitting just below us, waiting to be reused. On top of that, we have the bullish breaker from yesterday, just after lunch, sitting right below, kind of overlapping. So there's a lot of bullish sentiment in this area where prices reached this area and went bullish. We saw it again this afternoon. And now we just have to wait during the macro and see if we see something that gives us an indication that it's going to do it again. Well, Giorgio, we'll see in just 1 minute. We'll start the macro and we'll have 20 minutes to see if price gives us a setup. So we'll have between 210 and 250 and 310. Simon, you okay? Well, glad you're here. Thanks for jumping in the chat and saying hello. If there's anything we can help you with, if you have questions or you don't understand what's happening on the screen, what we're doing, just raise your hand. We'll be happy to bring you up to speed. You're right, Ray. Today has been really good. All right, price pushing down again. Wanted to see if price would get to the 50% of this area and then sell off. And we got one or two ticks above, and now we're pushing down. And we're in the macro. So let's go down to the 1 minute. Back into the optimal trade entry. So that's 62% at the top, 78% at the bottom. Triple C. This is the fib golden pocket. What did you want from this? I thought you just wanted me to put it on the screen. New your channel. Grandi. Grandi. No, I have not entered a trade on the live screen. I have I entered my trade on a separate screen, but I have been marking up the trades ever since this morning. I've been marking them up, showing where they are, where the entry is. But no, I have not been taking the positions where you can watch the meter run up and down. Grande, or Grandi, are you familiar with the breaker or unicorn setup? What type of trading style are you using? Yeah, that's a great question, Queen. Will we create a bearish one? Not sure. Depends on if we crash through it. Like, I wouldn't just blindly take an entry here since it's delivered so much before. I mean, before it left from 611, traded up to 705. So it gave 95 points on the first run on this. So I wouldn't blindly enter, but if something inside of it on a lower time frame creates a bullish breaker or something, then maybe. Or if I get it, or if you see an impulse push out of this fair value gap, then possibly. Well, not necessarily. Like, we can tap into this upper edge, and then price could give us some type of model that shows we're bullish. So it doesn't have to get below the OTE, but the OTE this is 78% on the lower edge. So it may invalidate the OTE in order to get to where it needs to go. Yeah, Triple C, I put this here just because it's a lot easier than to have a Fibonacci. I just did that, and I just drew a box from 61 down to 78. So this is the range. Oh, it's funny how the breaker is right at 70.8. The sweet spot of the OTE. All right. Didn't expect that. And then we can see the fair value gap is in between 83.5 and 88.6. So in that case, you see how it can trade below the optimal trade entry, still be a valid bullish trade. Yep. You're right. Nothing is random. It sure did, Queen. This thing was just straight up. It was one pullback, expansion, one pullback, expansion, one pullback, expansion. That move up was nice. Now coming down is a little more difficult, but still, it was 95 points up, and so far we're same amount back down. Oh, no problem, Satya. Oops. 1245. All right, so if price wants to be bullish, we could easily see this turn it into a bullish breaker on top of this one that we used before. But you can see price making a high here, sweeping those lows, tapping into this breaker, going above, and then validating this one for the new entry. And that's all within, oops. Out of the way. Can we get more clarity? Oh, forgot to announce we're in power hour. Sure, maybe someone already said that. All right, Hansa. Yeah, we still have 5 more minutes, so we'll let it continue to develop. See what it looks like. I'll leave this 5-minute breaker here and we'll see if it's still relevant. Right. Yep. We definitely do have the lunch low, so let's be aware of that. The lunch low is here, very close to where we are at the 17,567, and we haven't traded there yet. We did take out the lunch high, but the lunch low is still available, as well as yesterday's low. Lunch low, I mean. Okay, 1 more minute on the macro. Yeah, the 4 hour breaker around 550, I think. Let's get back up to the 5 minute here. Right, macros delivered about 35 points in the last 6 or 7 minutes. And that's coming out of the same breaker block that we used coming out of lunch. All right, we just took this high. Let's see if now there's a rejection back to the downside. There was no closure above the high. It was just a wick sweep there. We don't have any bearish fair value gaps on the hourly anywhere close to where we are now. So maybe we'll be able to use the new day opening gap as a bearish fair value gap with similar results. Okay, just delivered the 31 points there from the new breaker, but if you take it from the old breaker, it's a little over 40. Let's go back and look at the 1 minute here just for a second. So I was looking at this as a potential breaker. I know it's on the 1 minute and I know it's on top of a larger 5 minute one. But I was looking at this as just the confirmation that I could use this old breaker to then take a continuation up. And it never returned back. So it gave the push out, closed above, but didn't do the retracement. And I looked down on the 30-second and it did the retracement. This was the closure above. The next candle came back down, tapped it, and then it went. So I knew that it was going to be, if there was going to be a confirmation at the top edge or even inside, the confirmation was going to come on a really low time frame because we were already looking at the 1 minute. All right, I'll keep that for future reference. And since it was on such a low time frame, obviously the range would have been smaller. So something like this high would have been what I would have been aiming at, possibly these equal highs. Because like I said, if we're going to turn around and go south, we need a bearish fair value gap on the hourly somewhere. And since we don't have one close, maybe this yellow new day opening gap could be that. Because we do see price reject from that area sometimes. All right, I'm going to run back, put it back up on the 5 minute here. Yeah, good job, TJ. No, I grabbed a breaker off the 1 minute queen. That's all. That's what I called the new breaker. And I used that to confirm the old one, that it wasn't going to continue lower. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, Darren, I agree. If you are um, trading with Apex, you definitely got to be careful on how long you hold your trades and what your drawdown looks like. Into the long off the 1 minute fair value gap, 646. The tight stop loss targeting afternoon highs and morning highs. Okay. Here on the 5 minute, you got a fair value gap here. Draw that one out, and we have a woman just below as well. Yep, clear this high, so we'll get a slight retracement back into this range. Got that. Let's see if we'll push higher, clear this one, give another retracement, and then push higher than that, and then clear these. All right, guys, we got about 50 minutes left in our session today. If you are enjoying the session and gaining something from it, if you could hit the like button. We have 41 likes, which is a bit low for our stream. So if you could help me out and hit the like button. You're up. Yeah. Well, it's yes. If you haven't been consistently winning, it is hard to hold when you're up. Jeez, look at that. All right, Splash. Catch you tomorrow. New day opening gap doesn't look like it's going to hold at all. Yep. I should have took my own 1 minute breaker that I didn't. I saw it and I marked it up and I didn't take it. I keep forgetting that between 3 and 4, the 1 minute breakers have been holding well recently. I think I had 1575. This is how I had it marked up, and I had it as a 1 to 2 trade. Let's see where it's at now. Wow, 54 points. Oh. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Darren, I've heard that several times from other traders. They had another streamer that they were following, and the personalities just didn't gel well together. So they decided to leave. Yep. Yeah. I don't know, all the moments that whether you win or lose a trade, it's always an opportunity to get better. And I can't tell you how much I've learned from some of the subscribers in the room. Just little small tweaks and things that I needed to make to my setup that changed things for me. Oh, when is Meta come? Is Meta being announced today, or is that tomorrow? Because I swear the last time all the tech companies were doing their announcements, price started taking off at 4 o'clock, 4:05, 4:10. Oh, it's today. All right. Well, we don't have to stay until the end. We're at 3:30. We got about another 20 minutes. We'll jump into the macro and see how lively things get today. Mm. Oh, Meta today, Google and Microsoft tomorrow. All right. We got a lot of news tomorrow morning as well. Sorry, TJ. Let's battle back before the week's over. We still got 2 more days. Got it. Okay, TJ, I see now. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm a little late reading the comments too. Oh, yeah, sure, Richard. Is this one here FVG Nephew Sam? Right, it's probably easy if I just type it, just in case somebody else wants it as well. You count the 1 minute high that was taken at 326. Would you consider 316 a 1 minute candle your bearish break? Count 326. Okay. Would you consider 316 a 1 minute candle your bearish break? Yep, sure would. That would be the one. Yep, right here, Queen. I beat you to it though. I went to the 32nd and I caught this, and I like this one here. Now I know it's on the 32nd, so it comes with its own risk profile. Not saying this will hold, but yeah, I saw this one and I was like, okay, maybe that'll work. All right, Vivian, we'll see you tomorrow. $338. Good. Yeah, I don't have a ton of faith in the 30-second window, but I saw that as a potential early one to get in on. But let's move this over. Ten minutes till macro time. 15-minute, you can see we have a bull. Right, you got it's an inverted one at the same time. Yep. Yeah, I think we have one on the 5 as well, if I'm not mistaken. We traded back into twice. Let me go to the 5-minute. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, we had this one right here. Price traded into 2 times. Yeah, we're still waiting to see if it wants to break through this new day opening gap. I was thinking that it would want to reject that level, but we'll see what price wants to do. Uh, no, not really, Hudson. It just really depends on, yeah, price is not going to move at the same speed. Like you will have sometimes where you look and you're wondering if your computer froze because nothing's happening, and then other times, as soon as a new candle is open, you'll see it sprint for 15 or 20 points and then start pulling back or something. So those kind of things happen, especially at the end of the day. Um, I always attribute that to the brokers are trying to make sure people don't have tight stop losses. Is this the 1 minute one Queen was just talking about? Yep, sure is. And the funny thing is, we got this one as well. Oops, sorry. Slightly different. Looks like it's gonna take out these equal lows right here. Let's drop this line. We don't need that any longer. Mhm. Great explanation, Queen. Appreciate that. And price keeps putting in those equal lows, but it's bouncing out of that fair value gap. All right. So we're targeting afternoon highs at 703. All right, we got about 2 minutes before the macro, so I'll switch it down to the 1 minute now. All right, got us a new high on this leg. Still not quite at the afternoon high, which we have denoted by a line at the top of the screen, 17,703. All right, 350. We got 20 minutes of trading remaining. Miss Goody. Yep. Not sure which traders are doing that. I don't need to know their names, but it's surprising that some of the hosts are doing that. All right, let's see what price wants to do. Right now, it's not taking out any lows. Uh-oh. Alter ego. Uh, uh, I'll pretend I didn't read it. $15.55. Right. I did not see a 15-point candle coming. Oh, you want me to host a party? Sure. Once we had one failure, two failures, possibly three. All right. See you tomorrow. That's true. We did agree on that. I think we were talking Vegas the other day. All right. Let's see what 4 o'clock brings. I know sometimes that, I think, was it yesterday? It was like 4:03. And all of a sudden we had a huge impulse candle. I think it was yesterday. Yeah. 4:03. The 1 minute candle delivered 45 points. I got to learn to trust these last second setups. I just grabbed a quick 100 off of it, but I maybe could have grabbed more. Mm. Mm. J Stores, look at you. You must have took this low here, unless you got in high and ran it down. I took this candle down and then exited. Break and retest entries. Okay. All right, everyone. If you're in a position, just know you got 6 minutes left. All right, WC. Catch you tomorrow. Take care. Or I forgot this is an earnings day. At any moment, price could just take off. Ooh, look at that. Oh my God. Let me put it back in the screen. It left the screen. 571 from 666. It dropped 100 points in 2 seconds. Telling you, on those earnings release days, 505, 503. I mean, I'm sorry, 403, 405. A couple minutes after 4 o'clock. She's. Yeah, everyone who's been rolling with me for the last 3 or 4 months, we kind of knew this was coming. I hope everyone had a stop loss. Even if you had a stop loss, that was so quick. If you had a stop loss right here, it would have probably cashed you out down here. I originally entered a short before because on this 1 minute, I saw a breaker. These candles right here, these 4. And that breaker, the reason why I liked it was because this high was ran right after it. This series of candles down created the momentum that took liquidity essentially. So I was sitting here waiting, and that's why when this happened, that's when I said I took $100 right there because I had already saw that and I wanted it. But I wasn't ready for this. That's why I wasn't in that trade. Um, but we also had a unicorn set up. In fact, that was before it took off. Price traded up, hit 50% of the fair value gap twice, back-to-back candles, and then off it went out of the screen. Additional 30 points. Yeah. With that quick of price action where it moves over 100 points in 1 second, there's no way your stop works. That's why you see people talk about don't trade NFP or don't trade FOMC, because sometimes these kind of moves happen, and so even a stop loss won't save you. I mean, it's great when you're on side and things go the way you want it to, but if you're on the other side, it'll completely wreck your account. Let's see, let me go to a higher time frame to go to the 5 minute. All right, so we can get a all right, so we're right here now. So we can get a sweep of this low into this fair value gap, possibly at 534. Let's see. Oh no, we've already gotten through there. We've gotten as low as 526. Let's see what's next. Where could price go next? Either there if it retraces. Okay, it's 10 after now. All right, now that prop firm traders are no longer allowed to trade, now the big boys will get in and clean up, probably finish it off down here somewhere. Yeah, but Queen, we can't get a return to that 5 minute breaker. It's not going to retrace back up. Holy shit. Yep. Yes, this move came from earnings. They mentioned earlier that Meta or Facebook was announcing their earnings today. They're a big player in the Nasdaq 100. They're one of the biggest tech companies. And so when they announce, I guess their quarterly earnings, so Q1, that's what drove price here. So they announce after hours. So they're probably announcing at 5 o'clock or something. And so this drop here was probably the anticipation of that. Yeah, that was crazy. I'm glad I wasn't in a position, but if I was in a position, it would have been bearish. It would have been a bearish position. Yeah, it was. So they mentioned earlier, there's some people in the room here. There was earnings going to be announced. Meta was today. Can't remember who was yesterday, but then Microsoft and another company is coming tomorrow. So, so there'll be several big Nasdaq companies announcing their earnings this week. Mm-hmm. I saw it. I was like, what the hell? Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was Tesla yesterday. Tesla came yesterday. Then you got Meta today, and then you have Microsoft and someone else tomorrow. So those are major companies. Anytime you're talking about a company owned by the richest person in the world or number 2 in the world or number 3 in the world. Their companies are massive and they move the market. Nope, Forex, that's only, so when you look at those calendars for Forex, all it's talking about is the central bank. So that's talking about government news. This is private companies or public companies, I guess, but still, it's the industry, not the government. And so if you think about how all of these are, if you think about like foreign currency pairs, right? It's always USD against euro or JPY against something else. All of these are the same thing. It's Nasdaq against the dollar. That's the denomination you see on the right. It's Nasdaq against the dollar. So we generally pay attention to what the government is doing because the dollar moving is what moves the market. However, on a quarterly basis, companies come in and talk about how they're doing and what their projections are and if they met those projections. And that is something completely different than the dollar. That's on the other side of the equation. That's the company itself. And so that's what we're dealing with now. Microsoft and Google tomorrow. So we were just talking about that yesterday, and someone mentioned financial juice. Amazon next Tuesday, AMD as well. Okay. Yeah. When is NVIDIA? Does anybody know? Yep. Let's look. I think it was financial juice someone mentioned yesterday. So I pulled the website up, but I didn't sign up for anything or do anything yet. So try this one out. See if you're able to find anything here. Apple May 2nd. Okay. Yep. So for the next couple of weeks, you got Q1 earnings coming out for all the big players. And yeah, look and see what time they announce. But I just noticed from last quarter that the impact felt to the market happened a couple minutes after 4 o'clock. That was crazy. And a 1 minute breaker, 1 minute unicorn setup would have got you in with zero drawdown. Well, on the last entry, probably would have ended up getting in probably somewhere in here. These swept liquidity and they pushed it out of the breaker, maybe just to make sure nobody was in, and then it just fell. Actually, not the 5 minute. Let me go back to the 1 minute so you can see exactly how it was being seen as it was occurring. Yeah, actually, once the breaker got confirmed, you would have never got stopped out. If the breaker was confirmed here, I took that short, someone else took a long here, but yeah, this is like an FOMC day. You wish you were on sides. But all right, any final questions before we end the session? I realized that we just had some fireworks here at the end, so I am willing to stay longer if there are some people who have some questions and maybe are a little bit newer to the situation. Oh, if I took the trade, how much would it have been worth? Let's see. So had I taken it, let's say I took it at what if I just took it at the edge of the breaker? 661. And then even if you just took it to the first candle, 543. So that would have been 120 points times $20 a point. So about close to $2,500 per contract. All right, Jay Stores, catch you tomorrow. Queen put herself in punishment with a shopping spree. All right, Queen, take care. We'll catch you tomorrow. All right, everyone. I think that's it. We don't have any more questions or comments. So they'll end our session this afternoon. It was, you stayed to the end. You got a chance to see the fireworks. So I appreciate you joining today. On your way out, make sure you like the video, subscribe if you haven't. Make sure the notifications are on when you hit the subscription or when you hit the subscribe button. And we'll be back at it tomorrow morning at 9:15. So hope everyone has a good evening. If you still have questions, we can address those tomorrow. But take care, everyone.